Sunday was only 8 years old when his life began to change in ways he could not understand. He was in primary four at a public school in his hometown, a bright boy who loved to play football and always eager to answer questions in class. Teachers often praised his intelligence, and his mother often told him he would grow up to be a great man. But like many children his age, Tunde also had his struggles. His father left the family when he was very young, leaving his mother a petty trader to fend for him and his two younger sisters. She often left home early in the morning and returned late at night, tired but determined. Tunde sometimes felt lonely, but he was used to managing on his own. One day during the break time, some older boys and primary six called him over. They had always looked different, loud, rude, and respected by other children. They wore strange wristbands and sometimes disappeared from the classroom without being punished by the teachers. Tunde admired them but also fed them. "Come here, small boy," one of them said with a sly smile. "You want to be powerful like us?" Tunde didn't know what to say. He nodded slowly, thinking they were talking about football strength or courage. That evening, instead of going home immediately after school, Tunde followed them to an abandoned building near the back of the school compound. Inside, the air was heavy with smoke from a candle. The boys circled around him, chanting strange words. One of them produced a small red cloth, tied it around his wrist. Another pricked his finger with a razor blade and smeared a drop of blood on Tunde's forehead. "You are one of us now," the whispered. Tunde was confused, frightened, and wanted to run, but they told him if he ever spoke about what happened, terrible things would befall his family. They said he would gain power, that nobody would ever bully him again, and that he would always belong. For days afterward, Tunde felt different. At night, he had strange dreams, voices calling his name, shadows moving around his bed. In school, he started keeping away from his old friends and sat with the older boys. The teachers noticed he was quieter, less eager to learn, but they assumed he was just tired or distracted. One afternoon, his mother found the red cloth hidden under his pillow. Alarmed, she asked him where it came from. Tunde burst into tears and confessed everything. His mother's heart broke as she listened. Her innocent son has been tricked into something he could not understand. She rushed to the school the next day, demanded answers, but the teachers said that they had no knowledge of what was happening among the pupils. Determined to save her child, she took him to her church pastor. For weeks, prayers and counseling were offered for Tunde. Slowly, the strange dream faded, and he began to smile again, but the experience left a scar on his young mind. Swindle learned, even as a child, how dangerous secret society could be, how peer pressure could push someone into things they never wanted, and how silence could enslave. His mother kept a closer eyes on him afterward, making sure he never stayed late at school or followed unknown friends. Years later, as a grown man, Tunde would look back on that experience and realize how lucky he was to escape early. He would dedicate his life to teaching children and parents about the dangers of hidden initiations in school and vowing that no child should go through what he did.